you there. You're here. You're really here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Mana Scarlet, eh? Crikey! Even your names are amazing. Well, Mana, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Wait. Loporrit housing. I want to move here. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter. Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh no!
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Oh.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Etheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
You look like a fella who's really good at lying, and that's why I came to talk to you.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Ah, alas, once again I must become a lying bastard.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece, so all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again, I promise.
Aw. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed now, I rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully that proves useful in the meantime. Ah, shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. Yay. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this for far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many as you we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this and that. I mean, the one good thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetherius wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flings of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Good you're here. Through this door is the greatest Ends Vale. It was named as such because it's the veil that ends all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetherius enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. Oh. So hop to it. I love these guys. I love these guys so much. Even if I wasn't already in love with Final Fantasy IV, I would love these guys. Is this supposed to be a forest? Oh no. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet little growing way. You're doing your best. You're doing your best. So what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant, simply sublime? You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place is a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. Oh no! The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in the forest of Aetherius. The fountain here behind us, it's powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you can do with a stretch yourself. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years I spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetherius. Could we maybe? Aww. Oh. You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Growing Way is now accompanying you. Oh. Oh, this is so sweet. This is warming my heart so much. I don't even remember what happened yesterday. I was thinking, Mana, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we first created When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done, 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. Can I taste the rainbow crystal? What? No! I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Aetherius, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetherius. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this is all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. Oh. Ah, nothing like a relaxing stroll to forget one's worries, eh? Aw. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare to rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then, there was a brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetherius, the Allegan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so even better. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from the energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest is truly the greatest. There is something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh right! The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which is all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetherius. Why not go visit Aetherius yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then, there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetherius we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. So this is a Heidelin beast tribe. That's kind of funny. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually, she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens, and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just... We were told that Charlian learned something from looking in the ethereal sea, and ever since they've been very secretive and like getting all these supplies and stuff, and been very secretive about it, and no one knows why. And everyone's like, they must have seen something in the ethereal sea. But I'm over here, I'm losing my mind at the fact that what Charlian saw, what they saw that made them grow to be so secretive, were these little bunny people. And they were like, oh, hello, people of Ethereus, we're on a big ship called the Moon. And the Charlians are like, no one must know about this. That's so funny. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Greatest Ensvale, I knew it! Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Aww. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growingway, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growingway. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary. If you excuse me, I need to go lie about something. How has Y'shtola and Thancred not just been like, that sounds an awful lot like Charlian? Huh. What do you suppose has suddenly tickled his fancy? He found something new to lie about, and he's excited. 'Tis clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Ethereus is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. The final days will make brave fools of us all. Back to old tricks, that's right. Urianger back at it again. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Y'shtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Better for only one of us to go, in case it's a delicate matter. Hopefully I'm overthinking things. Urianger usually puts more effort into concealing his clandestine endeavors. Or perhaps he's simply given up on trying to hide it, knowing we'll find out eventually. In any case, that he acts with good intentions is plain, so please give him the benefit of the doubt. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrow. Do you think he's planning to sacrifice himself to help bring Zodiark back? Wait. Wait, no. He wouldn't do that, right? Urianger ventures off into Mare Lematorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, otherwise he might sense your presence. Oh, here we go again. I love this. I love stealth. Follow Urianger from a safe distance. The objective, yeah. Well, time to stealth Urianger. With this bunny. Oh, I got spotted. Mana is out the matter. I messed up. Whoops. Now the bunny knows I messed up. Oh, he's running. I think I'm actually legitimately scared Urianger's gonna sacrifice himself. Because, I mean, that's gonna be the crux, isn't it? We're gonna kind of have to either bring Zodiark back or create an alternative to Zodiark. And we had to sacrifice half the people to bring Zodiark in the first place. So, I'm scared.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? "'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest, but protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity? I am not alone in my discomfort, then? 'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrits proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Evil Bunny? Evil Bunny? That was a really sweet scene. Sorry to hijack that at the end with Evil Bunny, but that was a really sweet scene. We don't really hear Urianger's personal thoughts very often, so that's much appreciated. He must... Man, this guy must be dealing with a lot. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetherius. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Oh. I saw that. I saw you eat that. Mayhaps that be another S-rank spawning method. That'd be kind of a shame if they reuse the S-rank spawning method from the Tempest. Ah, an abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Pneumo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? And these guys want Urianger's ass. Get out of here! Urianger remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magicked ink, every ons as efficacious as crafted by the Pneumo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will appreciate. Mana, Urianger! Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Thancred. No, living way. Oh, living way. Ishtola has been looking all over for you, Mana. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Mana alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind her, Urianger. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with Y'shtola? No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should be more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side keeping her waiting. She seems... oh, prickly! Now off with you! Hey, watch your mouth! Worry not, Mana, I shan't be long. Everything is alright with Urianger then. That's a relief. Oh, but back so soon? Oh, Mana, we thought you'd be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there any way he's likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. They're trying to stall us. Why? You can try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Running Away's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd, and when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective. He was here in the greatest Endsvale when last I saw him. Let us split up and find him. I'm not hiding anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I would never keep a secret from you. You're our dearest guest and all. Loporrit evil. Loporrit evil. Evil bunny. Okay, it's one of these. I just want to look at the Loporrits. Locate the ever elusive Running Way. Ah. Wait, huh? Did I hit the wrong one? Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of this flesh? Stop! I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ha! That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days and there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loporrit around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my buzz on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've got work to do. And I'm off.
He's running away from his problems.
Oh no, you caught him? I mean, well done, you.
Any luck? I tried near the entrance, but there was no sign of him. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So, he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way?
Oh, well, you see, I misremembered. Oh, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of.
On an unrelated note, what of Ariange? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Ariange a hand.
What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful information, including that pertaining to the final days.
Yeah, let's just continue to leave Ariange to his own devices, because this is not suspicious at all. If some scheme was afoot, surely Ariange would be first to see through it. Then again, if he does tend to give others the benefit of the doubt. I am beginning to grow tired of these games.
Oh, what to do? I promised Livingway I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me!
I suspect the Loporrits are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think it's best we play along, for now at least. The architecture of this place is impressive, though more than a little confusing to navigate. Is it too much to ask for clearly marked exits, or a map perhaps? What other knowledge do you suppose we can glean from their archives?
The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. Uh-oh. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key.
Growing Way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Do you yourselves not tell us that we must act quickly?
Yes, we did, but... The moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Aetherius, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here,
Ah, so that's Livingway's game. Run about in circles and, failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Ariange.
He understands what is at stake. What must be done?
I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetherius and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans.
But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetherius will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't.
Ah. Oh. Oh no! Oh no!
Do what you must, but try not to hurt them.
Oh no! We have to fight the bunnies!
Moment, don't do anything rash while I'm gone.
No! No! If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argus awaits outside. Trapped in bunny prison. We are trapped in bunny prison and we will enjoy our time here. I'm fucking under attack. No! No! I don't want to fight Growing Way. This is the saddest thing that's happened in Endwalker so far. And now I run on my motorcycle. I'm out of here. I'm glad I didn't see anyone fighting those Loporrits while I was up there the first time, because that would have been a really funny spoiler. There you are. Didn't rough them up too badly, did you? I tried not to. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Ariange. I swear if he sacrifices himself.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetherius and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Heideland's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Atheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Oh no, not Puddingway. Oh my god. Final Fantasy IV, there's a Loporrit in that game that has a big side quest where he keeps changing his name depending on what he needs you to do in the side quest. And there's a part of the side quest where you have to get a really rare pudding that has like a less than 1% drop rate from a slime monster. And it's a nightmare to get. So I got a very, a very real reaction to hearing this name.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand.
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Atheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Ways Compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Oh, what emotion are we feeling today? That flower, how did it come in your possession? How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions, intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. Okay, write that down. Elpis.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Tell us it's Charlian.
Agreed. The Charlian Forum, yes?
Oh, never mind. What was I thinking? Of course Y'shtola figured that out forever ago.
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
So, before I continue the story, I want to give some thoughts. Some stuff that I'm thinking right now. I feel very conflicted about the story right now. Oh, hi. I feel very conflicted about the story right now. And I've slept on it, so I have some of my thoughts together. One of my biggest issues with the story is just straight up Fandaniel, just plain and simple. Fandaniel is awful. I don't like him, but I don't even mean that in a I don't like him because he's evil kind of way. I don't like his writing. I think Van Daniel sucks. I think Van Daniel is a horribly written character. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that. But my God, he was too much and too extra and just unbearable. The Ammon twist was interesting, and I thought it was gonna go somewhere. But it didn't really. At least not yet. I do really like the idea that Van Daniel hates being tied to his past life and wants to live as Ammon, not Van Daniel. That's really interesting, but I did not like how it was executed at all. I think about all the issues I've had with the story so far, and the more I think about it, the more I realize that every single issue, or nearly every single issue, has been because of Van Daniel. Van Daniel has been unpleasant in every scene he's been in. Van Daniel has been really making the pacing really weird. However, I'm not even halfway done with the story yet. I have no idea, literally no idea where it's going to go from here. And Van Daniel's gone. So I want to be optimistic about the story moving forward. I want to hope that Van Daniel's the worst part of the story. I can accept that. I'm very eager to see where the story goes from here. And I think having Zodiark be the first boss of the expansion was actually really smart. I think that's really cool. We get him out of the way early. Now what do? That's exciting. The unknown, that's what I'm dealing with right now. The unknown is really exciting. And I feel like I've seen almost everything in the promotional material now. The only thing I can think of, I remember there's a dungeon where I saw some trees on fire. Those trees did look like the trees in Charlian, so that's the only thing I can think of that's in the promotional material that I haven't seen yet. And I mean, that's probably going to be the next dungeon, so I'm eager to see where that goes. Obviously, something's going to happen in Charlian, and probably soon. Xenos. I'm confused about Xenos. It might seem hypocritical to just go on a big rant about Van Daniel and then give Xenos a pass, but Xenos kind of has the benefit of being a character I liked before this expansion. I will say that I am conflicted on Xenos' actions as well. I think just letting him go was very silly. I'm eager to see what he'll do from here. So I'm excited to see what Xenos will do. As for my predictions moving forward, I actually kind of really hope that Xenos possesses Hydaelyn. That would be really funny. But I'm concerned about Xenos' memory of the final days, because we know now that he was not a member of the Convocation because the Watcher didn't recognize him. So why does he remember the final days? Who is he? That's a question I want answered. Hope I get an answer for that. Obviously, we're not done with Xenos. Xenos is very likely going to be another trial moving forward. But then again, I thought Anima was going to be a trial. Anima was a dungeon boss. Maybe Xenos is going to be a dungeon boss. I just don't know. So, I've been having a lot of fun with Endwalker. But I haven't been enjoying the story, and that's a problem. I want to hope that the story is going to pick up from here in a really interesting way. So, let's move forward with that. This is probably the last 84 quest, so it's probably the last moment of my 84 video. So let's see where we go from here. A declaration of hopes and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. The Loporrits may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their pain is a last resort I'd rather not employ. Let's see it doesn't come to that, for the first and for all the other reflections. The Loporrits think so highly of the people of Aetherius, yet it seems this evacuation plan is the only way they know to express their adoration. If we had been more clear in our intentions from the start, mayhap we could have avoided this wrinkle. Something to keep in mind in the future. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm, and I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide.
The others will be so happy to hear Urianger is going to stay and teach us all about Aetherius. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out after all. Nice to meet you, Neem's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we'll do better, honest. Well, that was rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now. People and Aetherius. We'll save both, or at least give it a good try.
Make sure everyone listens to Urianger, won't you?
Oh, we'll be all ears, and you know we can be.
Till Growing Way, I look forward to our next walk together.
I'm sure. I will. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear it.
You Loporrits are an excitable bunch.
Well, it's not as if we've been waiting 12,000 years to meet the people of Aetherius. Oh wait, we have! But that's neither here nor there. Under Urianger's tutelage, we'll strive to become more hospitable hosts and see that the moon is fully equipped to meet the needs of its potential passengers. There is little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to know of star traversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting.
'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetherius, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake, both in the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. Oh, it's still 84. Okay. With the Loporrits in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Alright, so those are two of the things I did between streams, but I did one more thing. One more really important thing. I got a really important item. Rainbow pudding. I got this item called rainbow pudding. So this item is a rare drop from the Flan enemies, and I got this one from the Flan in the Antlion cave. If you remember, the Antlion is a dungeon we did with Edward to get a pearl or a ruby, Antlion ruby, something like that. Point is that I farmed the Flan in the Antlion cave to get this drop. But the reason this is a big deal is because it's a really rare drop. It has less than a 1% chance of dropping, so it took me a while to get it. I farmed this baby for 7 hours yesterday, so that's a pretty important thing that I did. What is this rainbow pudding for? I suppose we will just have to wait and see. These people in Agart, they seem to know a lot of a lot about hell. Oh my god, look who it is! It's a Loporrit! Oh, greetings and salutations, Cecil. We meet again. I'm really quite ashamed of the whole incident last time. You'll be glad to hear I've cleaned up my act. Now I'm gathering pudding for my new girlfriend. She adores the stuff. And now that I've changed my ways, it's only proper that I change my name. Cheating Way became Pudding Way, the naive. For one reason or another, though, I simply cannot seem to get my hands on any rainbow pudding. Please, is there any chance you would be willing to track down some rainbow pudding for me? Yeah. Truly? Oh, thank you. Did you manage to find some rainbow pudding? Yes, I do have some rainbow pudding. I spent 7 hours getting this freaking rainbow pudding. Oh, you found it! Thank you so much. I'd best go give this to my girlfriend. The things I do for Pudding Way. That's what the rainbow pudding is for. 7 hours for this.